Frankfurt. My least favorite airport is actually mm, mm, my least favorite is Chicago Airport. Actually, LAX sucks too, but I have a traumatic incident in Chicago Airport, so that's why I hate it. The reason why I hate Chicago Airport is when I was in high school, I was 16 years old. Actually, no, I was 15 at this point. Yeah, I was 15 at this point. And no, I was 16. Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. I was 16 and I was in high school in Connecticut and I had to fly back to Vancouver for like spring break or summer break or something. And there was a transfer. Usually, I transfer in Toronto. So I would fly from Connecticut to Toronto to Vancouver. But then this one time, it was Connecticut to Chicago to Vancouver. And I get to Chicago and my flight got delayed. And so my flight landed after my connecting flight already left. And so I was like, oh, fuck. And they were like, yeah, your flight is gone. And there are no more flights to Vancouver. So you have to stay in Chicago. And I was like, fuck. And it was already like midnight at that point. And I was 16, keeping in mind. And they were like, yeah, you're gonna have to stay here overnight. And I was like, fuck. So I went to the hotel in the airport to be like, hey, I need a room for tonight. And they were like, well, you can't check in because you're 16. And I was like, what the fuck? No, so I had to stay in the night, and then the hotel didn't let me check in because I was 16 and not I was underage. So they were like, yeah, you can't check in a room unless you're above 18. And I was like, what the fuck? So I go back to the help desk and I'm like, hey, you guys told me I have to stay the night, but I can't check in. So where am I supposed to go? And they were like, oh, you can just hang around like in like by your gate or something. Like we'll give you as an apology. Oh wait, no! It wasn't that I missed my flight. The reason why I was so pissed and why this was my last time using the F slur. It was United Airlines. They overbooked me. That's what it was. And I saved their number because I had to call to be like, when's the next flight available? And I saved their number as United Air because I was so mad. And once again, I was 16, but that was my last time using the F slur. And happy Pride, by the way. But I'm pretty sure I need to change their name because I'm pretty sure I have not flown United since then because I hate them so much. But anyway, I asked them, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And they were like, okay, as an apology, here are two $10 food court vouchers. So I got $20 in food court vouchers. And I was like, okay. And so I walk over to the food court. But by this time, it was like past midnight. And the food court was fucking closed. And I'm on so I just sit down. I call. And I'm waiting on hold with United Airlines to get the next flight because for some reason the help desk couldn't just put me on the fucking next flight in the morning. And so I'm waiting and security comes over and they're like, you can't be here. The airport's closed. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And so I get kicked out and I can't stay past security. I have to stay like at the airport entrance. They're like, you can stay in this area. And there's just two like homeless people laying like right at the entrance of the airport. And I'm just hanging out with the homeless dudes at 16 by myself with my fucking bag too, with my checked bag and my carry-on. So I became homeless too. And then so I'm just waiting in call. And then eventually they get me on the next flight that's at like 6:30 a.m. or like 7 a.m. And I just have to wait from like midnight all the way until my flight, just in the airport by myself and not through security, just in the check-in area, which is so stupid. Yeah. And they couldn't just get the room for me. I even asked. And then I remember I documented my entire night there because at that point, at 16, I was still using Snapchat. So I made a Snapchat group chat with my friends and I was just sending them Snapchat video updates throughout the night. And I never got to use my $20 food court voucher because by the time I had to go check in and board my flight, the food court wasn't even open yet. So they just gave me $20 food court voucher for no fucking reason. I went back to check, I remember. But I only remember one video. No, of course I don't have the coupon. I threw it away. I threw it away at the airport. What airport was this? Chicago O'Hare. And then the only video I remember sending is there's two. One was just me sliding down this ramp on my suitcase, and I had my phone propped up like an influencer. And then I also had one of me. I had gone to a vending machine and gotten mini Oreos, like the tiny ones, and chocolate milk. And I was going like, there's a Snapchat filter that makes your like eyes big and your mouth super big, like that one. I was going like this, and I was putting in the Oreos and then dumping in the milk and watching it. It was just a video of me watching the Oreo get soggy in my mouth in chocolate milk. 10 out of 10 content. I must have sent like 50 just video after video. It was the only way to keep myself awake and just because that was actually before brain rot, me at 16. There were no Instagram reels for me to scroll. You gonna remove that F slur in your contacts or what? Well, I don't know if it's still in there. I just know, let me check. I haven't had to call United Airlines, so let me check. You know how when you get a new phone, it all just transfers over? I feel like it would still be in there. United, oh my God. There, I changed it. It says United Airlines now. I changed it. Proof, United Airlines. We have the power to rewrite history. Pussy? What? Niffy, I did that for you. I did that for you. 'Cause you're gay. I may be normal, but you're gay and I'm an ally.